Live from the Base Room Studio 2.0 in Seattle, Washington, this is the Podworms Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who will give you the false belief that you have a chance to date the homecoming queen, but in reality, you'll always be outshined by that hunk, Jonathan Wilson. God damn him. Welcome to the Spacecast.
Spacecast, throw it in your face cast. Podworms Spacecast, get a little taste cast.
Fucking Jeremy Wilson.
Johnny Wilson.
Jimmy Wilson.
Jacob
Jimmy
Wilson can just suck my Wilson.
Well, happy holidays. I don't know when Hanukkah falls this year, but it may be Hanukkah when you're listening to this right now. So if so, l'chaim? I don't know what to say for
Happy Hanukkah is the
Happy
usual.
Hanukkah. Yeah, sure.
To life.
To life. Happy almost Christmas. No matter what you celebrate, you're probably celebrating something because we're deep into December. We're getting excited for Christmas. And let's just go ahead and introduce the guys who got in the room with me here today. Is that funny, Mike? Is that funny?
Let's stop talking about holidays and let's just go right into the podcast.
That asshole you just heard is our pod stepdad who's overstepping his boundaries just like a real stepdad. It's Mike McCoy.
Hey, it's me.
We have the reason for the season.
Hey, it's crazy taxi. Let's go have some fun.
Can we just call him the wolf this episode?
You can call him whatever you want. We have the reason for the season. He looks a thing like Jesus. It's Phil Williams.
I love it. Merry Xmas.
Thank you. We have V-neck aficionado and birthday boy, Chase Golka.
Hello there.
We have, happy to be here, as always, Jim Charters.
Don't shoot me, Santa Claus.
And we have our fan of the pod. He's on the pod. He's Kevin McCoy.
You know, I'd just like to, as a fan, say happy birthday to Chase.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
So what a crazy coincidence that this is both a podcast in the month of December and also on Chase's birthday.
Hey.
Happy birthday. Do you feel older, buddy?
Yep.
You creak and moan when you get up from the couch?
I'm on the down slope.
Are you actually noticing any of that stuff? Anybody in this room? I'm noticing I'm doing more of this like when I move from being like standing up or getting up from sitting down.
I started doing that when I was like 19, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
You make dad grunts as you do physical work.
Yeah.
Old man sounds.
Yeah.
Well, even not as super physical stuff either. Like I'll grunt and moan and I'll feel like pain in parts of my body. Or it's like, oh, my back's really feeling sore today.
It's something like, well, we're going to get out of here. As you get up slowly.
Hit the road.
You starting to say stuff like that now?
It's 8:30. Yeah, you know, it's getting.
I got to get up early.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big day tomorrow.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
You know what's really funny about that whelp mentality? I'm sorry, I don't mean to derail us.
No, please continue.
My dad's side is humongous. There's so many people on that side. So whenever there was a family gathering when we were young, it'd be like literally 50, 60 cousins, right? And so my parents devised a hand signal to like let everyone in our family know like we're dipping out. I will share it with you. Sorry, listeners.
That's awesome.
We can describe it. Okay, so it's
It's a tug on the ear.
Yeah.
Then you brought over to the nose and then pulled straight down
so
over the...
so almost like you're pinching your nose, like you smelled something bad.
It's like a baseball signal,
A
right?
step beyond what they do in Garden State.
It's bizarre. I didn't realize this was a crazy thing that people did until I got older. And I was like, my parents had a secret signal to get out of social situations, specifically with
That
my
is so
family.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm like very jealous.
And she would, I knew the signal, and my parents would come around. I'd be playing with my cousins, and I'd see my dad do it, and be like, "All right, see you guys. See you in 6 months, or for you, never." I mean, I don't know who you are, so
Peace.
Do you think anyone ever caught on? I mean, it's not an obvious gesture, but it's also kind of, if you saw it happen enough, you probably put the pieces together, right?
maybe so. But I don't
think
think
it's something
I think
that
it's
they
more
do.
like polite rather than my dad being like, "Hey, this family party sucks, so everybody get in the minivan."
Not enough booze at this one.
Yeah. Do you think it's, just speaking of leaving parties and leaving events, I am almost to the point where I think it's almost less rude to leave quietly and not say goodbye to anybody besides the host. I'd rather just say, hey, thanks for the party. It's been a lot of fun.
The old Irish exit.
Right. Just sneak out the back because it stops the momentum less. It doesn't make a big scene and it doesn't have the effect of drawing other people out with you.
Depends on the party.
Oh,
Depends on the party. Damn it, I missed it.
that's a Deadly Brothers right there. Just always in sync.
Me and Phil.
Yeah, the joke was that Mike was okay.
It's a good joke.
Would you say if it's like people that you see often, then you can go ahead and just not say goodbye? But are you thinking that if it's more people that you don't see too often, it's better?
Andrew, I know that if I was the host of something and I saw somebody do that, I'd just be like heartbroken.
But you say goodbye to the host. But
No, that's totally fine then. If you're saying goodbye to the host, it's whatever.
If
Yeah,
you were
just
throwing
leave.
a party where you're like, yeah, bring your friend and your friend's hairdresser. Yeah, bring them all over. Not expected to say goodbye. If it's an intimate gathering of friends for like a holiday party and you're just like, see ya bitches, I'm out the back door. Yeah, that's a little rude.
Okay.
But if you're saying goodbye to the host, totally cool. You can just dip.
Okay, fair enough.
Like for example, I've thrown a birthday party at the Cozy Inn Tavern plenty of times, and it's just like always informal, and we get 30 people there, and I would say about 30% of people say goodbye before leaving. Like most people do the Irish exit in a venue like that.
I think especially at a bar,
Yeah.
that's when it happens the most.
You at a bar, you don't have to be like, where's my shoes again? Can you get my jacket?
You're not going to sit there and say goodbye to everybody. But if you're like at a baby shower, I imagine that there's probably a lot of like, okay, goodbye. Have such a good time.
Fucking love babies. Fucking baby shower bullshit.
Hey, yeah, nice job fucking without protection.
I feel kind of
Well
left
done.
out. 26 years old. 26 years old. I've never once been invited to a baby shower.
Same.
Have not either.
What's the deal,
Should we
ladies?
just throw a Podworms baby shower?
Yes. Yes,
Let's
we
adopt
should.
a baby just to throw a baby shower.
not-
7
very-
dudes and a baby.
It's very rare that men are invited to any event with shower in the title.
Yeah.
I've been to
True.
2 co-ed baby showers now, and
too.
they've both been
That
great.
tracks.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Like I've drawn like pictures on diapers.
Wow.
Like they like buy a ton of diapers and everybody draws pictures on them, and
Yeah,
that
or-
way when they use it, it's like reminded of all their friends.
People
Yeah,
do.
you have to-
Wait,
you have
hold
to
on a
write
second. People do
something.
this? I feel like parenting's gotten really
I
weird
wrote,
since
I
we've
wrote
grown up.
hashtag not my poops it did.
Like I
Felt pretty good about it.
Hold on. you
my
both did
God.
this? Are you kidding me? This is a real thing that people
this
do?
is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like they were having a baby girl, so I drew. The only thing that I could feel like was appropriate at a baby shower, but still inappropriate.
Just a big dong
It was a picture of the Space Needle,
on the front part.
but definitely in the spot where you'd put a dong.
Okay. So hold on one second here. You guys are just going along with this? No, I've
I've
never
never
heard
been
of
there.
anybody drawing shit on diapers.
No, I'm trying to
I've never
understand.
seen that.
Have you heard of any baby shower games? Because they're all basically that kind of bonkers.
No, I haven't.
This sounds like a fun party. I want to go. There's games involved.
Yeah, no. Every baby shower has like all these different games. Like I don't know.
How many baby showers have you been to?
Well, Julia has planned or been invited to a bunch of them. So I hear
And they were
like
co-ed.
pray tell, all this kind
Right.
of stuff. But then I've also been to a couple. The one that I went to that was awesome is that they made it like it was for my brother-in-law and their baby, and they made it so it was like oh shit, what was it? Had some like catchy title, but it was basically like about beer, and so we had like a bunch of beer around, and it was babies and brews or bottles and brews or I don't know. We did like a
The theme of the baby shower was alcohol.
it was great. It was fantastic. And then we also did like a chug. They got a bunch of baby bottles. We did a chug, and and it had beer in it. And you had to chug, and whoever got it first got a prize.
Okay. At
Surprise-
first I was
you know,
sold, but now
look,
it's just-
Surprisingly difficult.
I
Yeah.
apologize. I'm just being ignorant here. Both neither I nor my beautiful wife have friends that are having children, and all my cousins had kids when I was away. So I don't know. Nobody. I haven't been to one.
I long to be showered.
You want to be showered?
Let's
I
throw
want your
for it.
own
Let's-
baby shower.
Let's
Phil
throw
wants his
a
own
baby
baby
shower for Phil.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we can get him
I
depends.
deserve one, guys. I do.
So as this is our episode before Christmas, we got some Christmas chat coming up. We're going to talk about the popular toys of 2018. So it's a little bit late in the game, but if you still haven't gotten that loved one in your life a gift, we'll talk about those popular toys this year that you're all clamoring for. We're going to talk about a situation I had while walking to the bus, and we're going to decide if I'm the asshole or if they were the asshole in a segment called Judging Me, Judging You. And we're also going to just reminisce a little about Chase's life and celebrate him on this blessed day, which is the day of his birth.
Blessed day.
But before we get to that, little classic shame story from your old pal Andrew. So this is in a stunning reversal, a shame story that actually had a positive ending. You'll see what I mean in a second here. So basically, I was grabbing lunch like I tend to do.
QFC?
And you might think I'm going to QFC.
Oh, shit.
No.
But no. This was a special day because if I'm going to QFC, it's like, I want to have some nice interaction with the person behind the deli counter. I want a nice slippery sandwich. I want it warmed up, and I want all the tomato and the lettuce to be put in that fucking hot microwave, heat it all up. We can just nuke the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But on this day, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go next door to Mediterranean Express.
Nice.
All right. It's a great place. They have Euros. They have Euro sandwiches and Euro salads. The sandwiches are not great, but the salads are fantastic. And I love them. And the thing is, they open at 11:30, which is typically fine because that's a reasonable time to get lunch. But on this particular day, I was in the office at 6. And so I was a little bit hungrier than normal, a little bit earlier than normal. And so I was hitting the streets to go get some food about 11:25. I left the office and I'm like, I know they open up at 11:30. I just want to kind of go in, grab some food, bring it back to the office and keep working. And so I left the building, kind of timed it perfectly. And as I walked past, it was probably 11:35, 11:36. I mean, the place should be open, right? Well, they have a big sign that is turned to closed, but I see them kind of standing around waiting for people to show up, and they kind of like looked at me, but the sign said closed, and it was close enough to that time where I wasn't sure if they were actually open or closed, because a few weeks prior, I actually walked in early to have my headphones on and everything, and they're like, oh, no, we're closed. They're like doing some like catering stuff and they weren't open yet. And I was super embarrassed. Like, oh shit. So now I'm super paranoid. And so it's like 11:36. They look kind of open, but the sign says closed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do a lap around the block. Give them a little bit of time. I'll do some thinking, listen to a podcast for a few minutes here. Just give them a little bit of time to prepare. I'm like, I want to try the door.
Get them ready for you, Andrew.
Yeah, just
Andrew's
really get them ready.
Get them ready. And so I take my little walk around the block, kill about 6 or 7 minutes, come back. It's definitely in the 40s at this point. Maybe it's 11:45. It's definitely a time where they should be open. Walk past, again, closed on the door. And I just don't want to be that guy that pulls in the door when it's locked and like, oh my God, this trying to bang down the door. Can't you fucking read the sign? It says closed. And so, at this point, I'm too embarrassed to do another lap around because at this point, I think they're going to start seeing me and think I'm casing the place because I'm walking around doing laps around their building, keep peering inside the establishment. And so I give up and I go next door to Chipotle, which was the second option. But the way this all paid off for me is that the guy at the counter was totally new, the guy at the cash register. And so I got double chicken and I got guacamole. He didn't know how to punch in either of them. And there's like, it's a high volume Chipotle, like lots of people coming through. And so the guy who's training was like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Just go ahead.
Boom.
And so fucking free double chicken, free guac. And then I asked for a water cup, which should be the tiny one. He gave me the full size cup. I had so much water.
So much fucking water, dude.
That's what Andrew wants more than anything at any restaurant.
It was great. I loved it.
most
And I was,
water.
And I was like, you know what? This really worked out my favor. I'm glad the other place had their fucking sign turned around.
Things were going your way. You should have treated yourself to a sody pop right there.
Yeah, really.
Just steal a real quick soda.
Might as well, man. Everything's turning up Andrew that day.
Getting away with everything else, so why not?
Yeah, you got away without incurring any shame, actually, in that story.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it works out.
Sometimes there's no shame in your stories.
I mean, the shame was creeping in, and instead of doing another lap and feeling shameful, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this shame into some real positive energy here in the world. I'm gonna walk into Chipotle, and I just know that it's gonna pay off. And it did.
I have a story that's a little similar to like seeing the sign on the door, like, and it's clearly like just someone like not really like doing their job.
Yeah.
I went to Little Caesars at around like 7:50 because I was looking for a deep dish pepperoni pizza.
Deep.
The deepest,
double deep dish.
the deepest of dishes. And I go up, and it's like 7:50 p.m. and it says we are closed, like on a sticky note. We are closed, and we open again at 8. And I was like, 7:50. I mean, that's a little bullshit. Like, why is there a sign? Like, okay, whatever. But I'll
You've had so much trouble with these pizza places.
these pizza places. But I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll sit in the car. That's only 10 minutes away. The deepest dish of pizza is still waiting for me. And then I wait, and then it opens. I see the guy unlock the door, and I'm like, boom, this is my chance. I go in. I'm like, hey, can I get some of that deep dish pizza?
Yeah.
Pepperoni. Give it to me, baby.
At this point, you're like rubbing your dick. You're
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited.
The deepest of dishes. And the guy says, oh, we don't make deep dish after 7 p.m. And I'm like, and I was like,
But the sign.
but this, okay, but like, is that all Little Caesars? He's like, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, well, there's no other pizza that I would ever want from Little Caesars.
Past 8 p.m.
Right. Well, I go back in the car.
before.
I go back in the car and I'm like, because I'm like, well, I'm not getting a pizza. I'm like, that's it. I'm not
Well,
getting a
joke's
pizza.
on you, kid.
Yeah. Ha.
Yeah.
No deep dish, no service.
Yeah.
So I go back to my car and I call the Little Caesar that's about another one that's about 5 minutes away. And I'm like, hey, do you guys serve deep dish pizza after 7? And the guy's like, yeah, why wouldn't we?
It's like, what are you, a fucking idiot?
Yeah, what are you fucking idiot? I'm like, well, okay, great. I'll be
fucking pizza place. What do you expect?
yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll go do that. This is literally the like scum of the earth, like Little Caesars. It's the one in Mill Creek, and it like I think they probably like put the sign on the door because they're like, we got too many call-ins, so we need to just like shut things down. And then they're like, we don't make deep dish because then we get super busy. Like I'm
So you went to the one closer to you in Linwood instead?
No, we went to the one in Bothell. So we were at the one in
okay.
Linwood, and then we went to the
I was
one
like,
in
I
Bothell.
want to know which one's the worst.
Or sorry, I went to the one in Linwood.
I love the idea of scum of the earth, Little Caesars, because I just call it Little Caesars.
It's one and the same.
A deep dish is it has its time and place.
Yeah.
It's like Taco
if,
Bell.
If they were closed for 10 minutes and the other one was 5 minutes away anyways, why wasn't that option one?
Because I was already there, and it's far enough away. Like I'd have to go past my house. So I'm like, I'm here. I was probably listening to a podcast, the Podworms Spacecast.
And Mike wasn't doing time math in his head either.
I wasn't doing time math.
He was
know
doing
me.
pizza math.
You know me. I don't do time math.
You were thinking about that deep.
I was like,
deep dish.
I
wonder how deep it's gonna be this time.
I can imagine Mike in his car. He's behind the wheel. He's just kind of bopping his head along. He's like doing some pizza math. He's like, me plus pepperoni pizza equals happy Mike tummy.
Happy Mike
Little
tummy.
cartoons pop up above his head.
So yummy cheesy.
I gotta try this deep dish pizza.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fucking good. Literally, you get a deep dish and you have like one piece and you're like, I can't eat for the rest of my life because it's like the greasiest, thickest thing ever. But it tastes delicious when you have it. But it's like, I'm never eating again.
Sounds like great leftovers.
how deep is it?
I've never bought a pizza from Little Caesars that cost more than $5.
Deep dish is about $7.99.
So you've only bought the hot and
breaking
ready.
the bank.
I've got bad news for you. Hot and readies are $5.99 now.
Oh my God.
Raise the prices?
You know, speaking of obscure pizza chains, I was always under the impression that
Excuse me. Obscure?
obscure, fringe,
Little Caesars. we're
fringe
talking about.
pizza chains.
Like Domino's, those little obscure places. Mom and pop shop.
You're right. Obscure was the wrong word. Like, you got to be a crazy person to frequent like Little Caesars. Like, normal people don't go to
Unless
Little
you're going for that.
You're talking
deep
garbage
dish.
pizza, right?
Garbage pizza. That's
Yeah.
the. Anyway, I was. I'm sorry, y'all derailed me. I was always under the impression that Papa Murphy's was cheaper than a pizza.
No, it's not.
No.
Definitely not.
I went in there the other day, as in like 3 months ago. I was astounded because I didn't look at the menu. I just was like, yeah, give me that pizza with hella olives. Yeah, sausage, like 5 or 6 toppings. And he's like, yeah, that'll be like $30. And I was like, what?
You're like, and I have to take this home?
Yeah,
And cook
take
it
home and
myself?
bake it.
It tastes so good, though.
I fucking love Papa Murphy's.
Papa
Pretty
Murphy's
good.
is like literally my favorite of all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna tell another Little Caesar story, but I realized I was like I'm just gonna dive into it now because I'm derailing myself.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, fine. Let's go. Let's just talk about more shitty pizza. Well, I got 2 complaints about Little Caesars.
Okay.
One is like the most patronizing thing. Well, it's not the most patronizing, but it was pretty patronizing. And I'll get into that right after I just say this real quick thing about their hot and readies, which are cheap and delicious. They always look like they make a pizza and then they let a cat play with the toppings before giving it to you. Have you ever opened a hot and ready and been like, that's a perfect pizza? No, it always looks like garbage.
So somebody like grabbed a handful of pepperoni and just threw them on the thing.
It looks like they just did not try. There was a discount at Little Caesars and I was going there to get it. And it was like, if you say, please, you get like $10 off your whatever it is.
Please.
And so I was like, I'm going to do this combo and blah, blah. I talked to the guy and he's like, I can't give that to you unless you say, please. And I looked at this teenager.
Yeah.
And I said, are you serious right now?
This is a real power
he
trip.
stone-faced me and said, you have to do it. Otherwise I can't give you the discount. And I said, I would like $10 off my meal. Please. Oh my God. And
I love this.
I fucking hate that kid.
That's so funny.
Wow. Say it again.
That is great. I did not know. I did not know verbal coupons were a thing.
There was only one that I remember when we were in college. You probably remember this one, Pizza Time. If you called in and you said you were naked on the phone, they gave you $1 off your order.
$1 off. If you
$1 off every time.
Some pervert over at Pizza Time is just like,
Oh, also I'm naked.
and they're naked too. Yeah.
$5 more if you tell me what you're wearing.
It's like a running joke when you would all be like drunk at a party and someone would have to order Pizza Time. Everybody would be like, make sure you say you're naked. And like you would say to this person and you'd be like, oh, also I'm naked. And they'd be like, okay.
They're all recorded calls.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're like,
This definitely feels like a time before Me Too.
yeah.
Whoever planned it, I'm sure envisioned it to be like, yeah, large pepperoni. I'm naked too. Oh, well, that's $1 off. In reality, it's like pepperoni. Who else wants something else? Pineapple? Yeah, I can get pineapple. Pineapple. Oh, naked too. Yeah. Make sure I'm naked. Thanks.
Make sure I'm naked. Extra naked. I mean, I'm naked. I don't know.
Speaking of ordering while naked,
This is another Little Caesars? Kevin, we're not actually naked in these scenarios.
This is something that happened today.
Wow. Work from home.
I work from home. I wasn't naked. I was just sitting in my living room in a t-shirt and my boxers. And I was in the middle of a meeting and I just got on Uber Eats because I had so many meetings I couldn't even run to lunch today. So I just did an Uber Eats thing. And normally it takes about a half hour for this meal to get there. They were on it today, and the guy was at my house in 7 minutes. And holy shit!
Damn.
And so like this guy knocks on my door. I'm in the middle of a meeting that still has 5 minutes left, and I'm like, "Sorry guys, someone's at my door. I'll be right back." And then I drop my headset that I'm talking into for this phone call, grab my jeans that are sitting next to me, and quick as I can, zip up my pants and go and answer the door.
Yeah.
This guy gives me my Uber Eats and I'm like, thank you. I close the door and I look down and my shirt is poking through where my zipper is in my crotch. It just looks so weird. My belt buckle's not done. It just looks so sketchy.
Dude, that driver's probably like, please.
I gave him a large tip.
Please.
I ordered this Pagliacci pizza and
Oh yeah.
I'm in an apartment and normally you can't get into my building, but And they've always just paged me, and I go up there and do it and stuff like this. And then these guys were all coming over, and someone knocked on the door. And normally you guys just walk in. So I was like, come in. I was like, come in. And Jim was here, and he's like, maybe that's the pizza. And I was like, oh, shit.
We're both just yelling, come in from in here.
And like I walked out there, and sure enough, it's this nice pizza delivery lady. And I was like, I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else.
How'd you get inside?
I don't know. I was like, normally you guys don't come down here. So, and she's like, well, I made it down here today. And I was like, yep.
You sure did.
But you didn't come in.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So I think really in honor of Chase's birthday, Jim has brought
Some wonderful treats.
some special treats. What do you got here, Jim?
Okay, so I wanted to bring up a really contentious subject that I had around the office today, you guys.
All right.
It involves these treats. So I brought in some macarons, whatever you want to call them.
I call them fancy cookies.
Or fancy
Fancy
cookies.
cookie
French
sandwiches.
So let me invite you to each take one here.
They look like
Which one should I take?
So they're all we've got a chart here. We have a chocolate. There is a honey lavender. That's the purple one. Lemon, oat milk cookie, raspberry chardonnay. This is the pink one. That's
want
bright
that.
pink. No,
They look like pretty patties from SpongeBob. You guys remember that episode?
there's
Pretty
toasted coconut,
patties.
s'mores.
It's not
did I take?
painted
Shindig.
meat.
This one has fruity pebbles on it. Apparently,
It's painted meat.
Is this the unicorn?
I think I have
Yes, the
vanilla bean.
unicorn.
Yes.
Andrew.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a bite of one here. Let's grab the pink one. Looks pretty good.
Okay, I think that's the strawberry.
Oh,
or
great,
Chardonnay
okay.
one. I can't tell.
All right.
Okay, so I didn't know this was so contentious because we got these all as a gift in the office.
Okay.
Every single one of you got this whole pack?
As a gift for the holidays from one of our partners.
Oh, nice.
And so,
Happy holidays.
hey, thanks, Mike. Happy holidays to all of us.
You're welcome.
So I'm like everybody's very excited about this, and I happen to think that macarons are the worst dessert ever invented
Wow.
for a couple of very pointed reasons. Number one,
Worse than poop ice cream?
Yeah.
Fat chance. Yeah, right. Sure. Like I believe that.
Also, let's get some poop ice cream later. You guys want some poop ice cream though?
So, number one, nobody can pronounce the name in America. We say macaroons.
How do you actually
We
say it?
It's like macaron.
Macaron.
Something
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah. Chase
That's
said
my
fine.
rule. If you
That's how
can't
you say
say
it.
it, it's not good.
So you can't pronounce the name. It's spelled differently as well because sometimes you say macaroons as 2 O's and this has the 1 O. Also, whatever flavor they are, I don't know if you guys have tried them yet. You want, maybe take a bite.
Let's do
Take
it.
a bite,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought we were all going to do it.
Just do it all
We're
at
doing it
once.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do it all at
cheers.
once.
Just not into the mic.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Okay. So cheers. Kevin's got little sprinkles on it. That looks pretty fun.
I got the unicorn one.
Okay.
I tried a couple of these before I brought them over here too.
No, this is bomb.
And this confirms my theory is that none of the flavors that they're supposed to be, and I've had them at weddings, I've had them here. They never taste like anything remotely similar to what the flavor is supposed to be.
Here's what it tastes like to me. It tastes like what you think it's going to taste like, plus chalk.
Yeah, it's just mostly chalk. Yeah,
Mine's
you're
good.
totally right, Kevin.
I disagree.
What'd you get?
Strawberry. You know what it tastes like?
strawberry?
Tastes like strawberry.
Amazing.
I got lemon. It tastes like the best lemon I ever had.
I got vanilla.
It's
This
so
is
fucking good.
delicious, and I love it. I want another one.
I think,
Sorry, dude. I'm team macaron.
yeah, I have to agree. I think they're pretty good. I think maybe what it is, Jim, is that I've noticed, and this is just the case everywhere else in the world, their sweets are just dulled down a lot compared to American sweets.
Yeah.
Like American sweets
I-
is like a fucking sucker punch
and
to your
I
taste
am
buds.
a red-blooded American young man,
Yeah.
and I want real dessert. I want
Okay.
a pie. I want cake. Oh, give me some brownies. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Even
fair.
aside from the delicious taste of that macaroon, what I love most about macaron, is that I feel like fucking Mary Berry from the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Fucking
take a bite
breast.
and I take a bite and I'm like, do you hear that crack? That means it's a good one.
Give me a break.
Oh, it's so good. I feel so
This
fucking
fucking
fancy.
guy.
Not only does it taste good, but I feel good.
That's
you know?
another
I
one
feel
of my
good. Can I be the-
complaints. They're supposed to make you feel fancy, but they're not actually that good to eat.
I disagree.
I thought that was delicious.
It's got both of the things I love. Feeling good, tasting good.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any other salient points here, Jim, besides the fact that you can't pronounce them? And
Well, I just made another one. The fact that they just look really fancy, and they're supposed to make you feel fancy, but they're not very good to eat.
Jim, the only concession I will make, because I think that you do have some valid points, strawberry, lemon, vanilla,
Right.
basic flavors.
Basic flavors.
Those are going to be awesome. When you get into like Swedish gingerbread, you're like, oh, I don't even know what this is supposed to taste like. It doesn't taste good.
Well, it doesn't taste like regular gingerbread, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Kevin, did you?
I took a bite of the strawberry and I do like it more than unicorn.
I was just gonna say, did yours taste like a unicorn?
Unicorn is all the leftover batter. They
Okay.
just throw it into the mold.
Unicorn.
Oh, wait, I want another
Unicorn
one.
was like extra chalk.
Oh,
Which
I
one?
think
Which
that
one's
may have
that,
not
Chase?
been unicorn. There probably was just extra chalk flavor.
It's weird. Like I'm not like in love with it, but I still want to keep trying different flavors. It's more like addicting.
It's
than
like a
it is
psychological thing. It
good.
doesn't actually taste good.
I love them. I literally love macaroons.
Well, I know what you're getting for Christmas.
I am
Yeah, I know what I'm
They
getting.
are
you.
so good. Well, the thing is that they are very light, so it's like you can try a bunch of different flavors.
Yeah, I'm
and
having
not-
another one right now.
Yeah, and not feel like a fatty because you're like, I'm literally eating just like, it's just so good.
I can't believe all of you.
So
this is the most
Dude, this one's
disappointing
so
bullshit
good
I've
too.
ever heard in my entire
This is
life.
the most normal answer to how people like macaroons ever.
So is there a single person in the room that
Ugh.
agrees with Jim's position here? A single person?
No, the coconut one is banging.
These are so good.
I don't hate them, but I also don't know if I would purchase it for myself.
Like, would you? Okay, so
No,
for
we've got-
example,
there's a macaroon shop in Kirkland. Julia and I frequent whenever we go to Cactus, which is also a great restaurant. We go to that macaroon place. We grab some macaroons. It's a great time.
so I'll have you know that all of these together, there is
A little over a dozen.
there were more than a dozen, 16. There was 16 of
Yep.
these. They
Was
were
there actually 16 or was it
4 times 4.
Can we get a fucking census up in here, please?
I did see that there were a couple that were not
Hold
there.
on, I'll count them. 1,
Thanks,
2,
thanks, Chase.
3.
There's 4 times 4 times 4.
Actually, it looks like there's only 5 in the case.
There's only 5 left.
Yeah, there's 5 left.
Jim just gave me the most evil glare.
I was like,
Well, if we add up however many we ate,
there's 16 of these, but this whole case probably costs like $30.
$30.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay $2 for one of these.
No, neither would I.
You can get them for
The
cheaper.
only time I'm going to eat macaroons is precisely in this one. When somebody's like,
On a
I don't like
podcast.
these. Eat them.
Yeah.
Here is a beautiful gift.
Okay, well there you
I
have it,
thoroughly
Jim.
enjoyed
you know
that.
what? I'm just glad that I was able to pass these off to you guys in the spirit of holiday cheer. And I was hoping for some validation, but I was at least able to provide you some joy today.
Will you make us a Christmas vow that every gift of macaroons you ever receive, you bring for us here on the podcast?
Yes. Please.
I will agree to that vow, Kevin.
Okay, everyone get him macaroons for Christmas.
y'all are gonna have like we're gonna like be bringing a case of these to you like every single time we record. Oh man! All right,
Jim, when we grow old, it'll be like 2057.
Yeah.
You'll go out to your mailbox and open up like an old
Full of
dusty
macaroons.
package. Macaroons.
It's full of macaroons.
Those sons of bitches.
They've done it again.
The ones that are still alive.
So I wanted to
Still alive.
I wanted to get everybody's opinion on whether or not I'm an asshole. But first, because it is Chase's birthday,
You're an asshole.
thank you.
Wait.
You haven't
what
had a discussion.
Andrew, you're an asshole.
I don't need a situation.
No, I think we've.
This is
Got an
really easy.
answer.
You're an asshole.
Fair enough. All right. Well, until next time, everybody. In honor of Chase's birthday, I wanted us to quickly revisit a situation that comes up often in the podcast and even more often off mic. The time that Chase was the prom or the homecoming, rather. Were you homecoming king?
Yeah.
Wow, homecoming king. That's a pretty big
Wow.
title. We talk about it often.
big deal.
I'm genuinely curious.
We talk about it often, aka
We tease you about it often.
What's your homecoming cake? We talked about it.
I mean, I think we might be a little bit jealous, but I'm actually curious because Homecoming King, obviously, as we learned from last week's episode, it's like this thing that's a larger than life title, really. It's like this thing where in high school, it's all about, a popularity contest and being like, you can't do better than being homecoming king. Homecoming is like this big game with this big dance. It's really exciting. And being homecoming king, it's like untouchable.
I mean, people are going to be talking about you 50 years from now, being
You
like,
can't top it.
"Oh, you remember Chase Golka, the king,
Yeah.
homecoming?"
But I mean,
He was the king.
but I mean, if you don't know Chase, back in that day, he had perfectly windswept, thick
Oh,
hair
yeah, he did.
that he was always flipping. You
I
could
had bangs.
see. Here's the thing with Chase. If I could describe Chase, he's a guy that likes to play with his hair because
Yeah.
That's true.
Either he
Yeah.
was flipping it back in the day, or he.
Wasn't that an actual critique you got from your video?
Yeah,
guy?
man. That's all I do when I'm DJing is that I'm up there.
It's too close
And
to
I
home.
was all stoked about getting video for the first time at one of my shows, and I was pumped about asking him like, "Oh, how'd the video turn out?" I was like, "Was it sick?" Like, woo, like shaky cam, classic. And he's like, "Well, you were fixing your hair a lot," and I was like, "Oh, sick."
in your defense, you have like the hair that goes back.
Yeah,
And if I had that, I would be fucking stroking that back all the time.
I do it all day.
He's stroking it all day.
I'd be
Well, 'cause it
stroking it
gets-
all day.
It gets.
I mean, I
unruly.
stroke it just looking.
It gets unruly. It gets unruly.
But you have good hair. You've always had good hair.
Thanks.
You used to wear your Letterman jacket. I mean, often. You had to just kind of
so much resentment from this segment.
Yeah, you said it like it's not something that you should do.
I
in high
often
school.
wore that a lot because my parents were like, "We spent so much money on that bullshit. You better wear it because you're not going to wear it after high school." And I was like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
and I would.
And you would wear
It was either the Letterman jacket or the pea coat. If you
Yeah.
want to see classic Chase,
Okay,
just go watch
because-
Gunther's Brook.
And he got
Take a break. Pause this podcast.
Go to Spaceworms 2010 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Find Gunther's Brook.
Gunther's
I
Brook.
think it was trending actually.
Yeah, it
last
was.
week.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was trending. Yeah.
It's being suggested by the algorithm to people.
Nice.
But I mean, you were like the quintessential high school guy, and you're homecoming
Great.
king. So how did you feel about that situation? Did it get to your head at all?
And how do you feel about it now?
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of silly, the whole process, because first off, I didn't even realize how I got nominated. And then the court was actually full of awesome people. Well, Mike was on the court too, I think is something we
Yeah, I don't feel like people make fun of me enough because I was nominated. I just feel like
Literally,
I just feel like people aren't like kind of like throwing jokes at me like, oh, I was so popular too.
Well,
Whatever.
what are your thoughts towards the prom king?
I don't, I don't.
Is there any
No, I
like,
don't talk
rivalry?
To that. I don't talk
Do you
to
have
that
any
guy.
oh, okay.
Dead to him.
That guy's a joke. That whole court's a joke.
Well, so
Yeah, I mean, no one talks about prom king. They only talk about homecoming.
Well, I think it's important to note that there was when we were in our senior year, 2010 of Bothell High School, there had not been before a prom royalty court.
in the whole of Bothell history,
There was not.
It probably
And-
there'd
Yes.
probably been one like 30
Well,
years
there
ago.
may have been, but it was not like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like at least for like a
They
decade.
hadn't done it for a long time.
And so this was
They would just choose people.
yeah.
How did people? Because there were homecoming kings and queens before us.
Yes, they probably just chose
homecoming.
them.
No. I'm saying prom.
Prom.
Oh, prom. Yeah,
Oh,
ours
yeah,
was
yeah.
first. My bad. Yeah,
there was
yeah.
always a homecoming
Yep.
royalty court. Like that was always a normal thing, but we never had prom like royalty.
Yeah.
And this was the first year. And I remember Andrew was actually campaigning to win like the vote for prom king.
man.
but it was a meme.
what does that look like?
Yeah, what does that look like?
What is a campaign?
I remember he literally was talking to people and being like, prom king, Andrew LeClaire, vote for me. Like literally like as if he was going for ASB president. He was like telling people to vote for him.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Kissing babies.
Well, yeah, because I knew that it was like this thing that didn't exist before. And let's be honest, it's like prom king. Who literally gives a fuck? Like homecoming king is the thing you want to be. Prom king is basically just an embarrassment because you weren't in the homecoming court,
This
which
is
is
so
what really
much
mattered.
fun because I have zero emotional connection to any of this. I'm just along for the ride.
And I have every emotion.
I know you guys are just like so intense about
But
it.
it was kind of a joke. But I was in like some drama activities like after school and the play and everything. And jokingly, I tell people, like vote for me, prom king,
Right.
all this kind of stuff. And as it happened, I did get on the prom court,
Court,
the
yeah.
prom king court. But the thing that I don't know if you guys remember is that not only was
You had a great campaign team. I mean,
oh yeah.
like,
yeah.
I mean, you got on the court. I mean, clearly you were killing it.
I mean, I had people out there just putting up posters up and around town.
yeah. A picture of Andrew like pointing at you. You should vote for me.
Yep. And we had my televised press conferences and whatnot. Really
Yeah,
helped along.
and all those smear campains. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The attack ads.
But so the prom
Against everyone else. Like a list of people. These are all terrible people. Vote for Andrew.
Have you ever seen them kissing babies?
So there is. So I think what you might not remember is that prom king, already pretty lame. It didn't exist before. It feels like a true participation trophy of royalty courts in high school. But the homecoming king had 5 people on the court. Prom king had 10 people on the court.
Damn. Wow.
And I was one of the 10. So it's not that I was even just part of this second-rate this court. I was one of 10.
10?
And everybody else was like a football player. So I was literally just a meme. And did not.
I voted for you for sure.
I appreciate that, but it was. I think the winner was another fucking football player. So
Hey, Andrew, was
Chance.
Chase on the prom court?
No.
I think you could not be in
As
both.
homecoming, yeah, I was not allowed.
Okay, you're not allowed. all right.
bummer.
Yeah,
That's a big
Dis
bummer.
fucking qualified.
Yeah. I mean, I relate to this on a personal level. It's not the same, but it's real damn close. From when I won the CP Johnson Humanitarian Award.
Kevin, funny story,
when
Kevin.
did you-
I won that one too.
Yeah, we have 2 CP Johnson fucking humanitarians in this room.
So you guys, when did you guys both win your awards?
I guess technically mine wasn't in high school. Actually, it was in junior high.
See, mine
was in 7th grade. For sure.
and mine was in elementary school.
Wait, Jim won his
You got a CP Johnson?
Hell yeah.
I went
Hell
back
yeah.
to back to back in elementary school.
Yeah.
Three, four,
CP
five.
Johnson.
CP Johnson.
You were the nicest guy at your elementary school?
I was the biggest pushover.
Wait, you seriously won this award too?
Yeah, back to back to back.
Okay, so hang on.
Wait, so just Andrew and I haven't won awards.
Yeah.
I'm very confused. And
CP Johnson
I
Humanitarian Awards.
found mine the other day. I was going through some old pictures and stuff.
So-
I found my award.
I've got it.
For those
I still got it.
who didn't, for those who didn't attend our school, what the hell is a CP Johnson humanitarian
we said
award?
it's a humanitarian award. So CP Johnson is just a man who was a humanitarian, and basically it was like, who's the nicest kid in
Everyone
the school?
voted, for who they thought was the nicest.
and in elementary school and mostly junior high, the teachers all were like decided who was the nicest.
No, so we had the students vote at our school.
Yeah,
was this in
we had
high
student
school?
votes.
in
too.
junior high.
junior high, really?
I think I won on a fluke. And I could tell you the whole story. There was like, I remember when we voted on that award, there was a fight that broke out at lunch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it was one of the kids in band class, which was the class right after lunch. And like there was a fight with him, and like they were fighting at lunch, and I guess everybody just watched. And then we come into band and everyone's talking about this fight that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, didn't anybody step in? Like, why didn't anyone protect him?
Oh.
And then I was like, I can't believe no one would do that. You always help a friend.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, the teacher comes in and is quiet. He's like, okay, we're all gonna vote on this thing. And I didn't put this together till later because like I won that time.
That's a layup.
Wow.
And I was like hoping like 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, like all the way through high school. I was
man.
like, am I going to win nicest guy again? Never happened. They're like, every time they're like, we're going to announce a CP Johnson award, I'd like sit up in the bleachers, be like paying attention for the first time in the entire assembly. It's
gonna be me.
And it never happened.
I mean, despite the fact this is kind of a meaningless and bullshit award, it's pretty weird that 4 of the 6 people in this room have won the award. If it's only given to one person a year.
Keep in mind,
Yeah.
elementary school is that's
Yeah.
almost a moot
like,
point.
Like honestly, it's like
It's given to a
They're like,
guy
hey,
and a girl for each grade.
Who's the kid that caused you the least trouble this year?
Yeah.
The quiet kid in the glasses? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Get him up there.
Still pretty weird.
Yeah, it's weird that you guys were such troublemakers in school.
Well, Andrew, I'd vote for you.
Thanks, man. if it's a 10-person second-rate fucking court that's just to make you feel good, I'm happy to be on it.
You're the real CP Johnson of all of our hearts.
Thanks, man.
I mean, we should award a CP Johnson Award tonight.
I think we should too.
CP Leclerc, for all I know.
So in the spirit of me being this nice person, you guys need to judge me to see if I'm being an asshole.
All right,
now.
Perfect.
You're an asshole.
We'll see if we get
Should we
you.
call this CP's corner?
Yeah, it works.
CP asshole award.
So I was going to the bus. I was actually taking the light rail, and you have to go down a bunch of stairs to get there. And when the light rail lets off, a shitload of people come up the stairs, and they're coming back up to the surface to go wherever they're going. To
See the light again.
To see the light.
Bunch of
They've
mole
lived in
people.
the darkness for too long.
And you have to go up a series of like quick little stairs, maybe 10 at a time, and they kind of go down. They come to a little plateau, then you go the other direction. You're kind of like going down pretty steep, but it's just taking you a little quick stair at a time. And so the point of that is that you have to keep kind of getting off the stairs, and you go down another set of stairs, but you're kind of going around corners and turns, whatnot.
Yep.
And there's a railing in the middle of the stairs, so it clearly defines this is where you go down the stairs, this is where you come up the stairs, and it's not really wide enough for more than really one person to go down either side, maybe like 1.5 people.
Yeah.
But there's occasionally, and I've noticed this more than once, that there's people who will, I guess in a rush, they want to like go past the people who are going up. So they'll go up the downside and they fucking clog it up. And it's like, there's a fucking flow here that society has agreed on. When you're walking down the sidewalk, you stand on the right, and that prevents people from getting all the traffic jams.
Society has rules.
Same thing on the stairs. Why do you think there's a handrail there? It's to separate the sides. And I'll see people who are like distracted or just being piece of shits walking up the side of the stairs. People are going down. And I think it's just, you're being a fucking asshole. I really dislike those people. I think they're bad people. Am I in the wrong here? Is this okay?
So you.
I don't think so.
So you're thinking that you're an asshole because you're judging these people that are going down the wrong way?
Well, I get very like personally offended that these people are like inconsiderate.
Like, how mad does it actually make you? Like, how long do you think about this after it happens?
Yeah.
Long enough to write it down and talk to you guys about it on the podcast.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't like.
I mean, we're hurting for material, so that's not much right now.
It doesn't enrage me, but it does in that moment annoy me to the point where I'm like, consider just kind of walking down and shoulder checking them because they're being a piece of shit, right?
Oh. But you
Considering a shoulder check.
So are these adults?
Yeah.
They're
Then
business.
yes, I think that they are assholes.
Yeah.
If we're fucking adults, we can learn how to walk
And
up and down stairs.
Does
The
the rail
key-
have brakes in it? Or is it once you're committed to that side, you have to go all the way up that stair?
Yeah, but it's only a set of about 10 stairs at a time. So it's real short.
Ooh.
I give them a break.
Really?
It's like a passing lane. Like if you see your opportunity and you got, old geezer grandma in front of you and you need to make that move, sometimes it burns you and somebody else is coming down and you didn't see them. But I think that it's, so long as you're not doing it the entire way up.
Is that typically the case though? Is it like I'm passing someone, or is it I'm just flippantly walking up the opposite side?
I think there's probably been a handful where it's been people passing, and that's probably okay. But I think it's the people who are really just like head in the clouds, finger up their ass, like on their phone or whatever, that just aren't paying attention.
No, that kind of stuff makes me upset.
Andrew, have you acted on this anger that you've had at all?
Nah, it's never worth it. But
You walk just straight down the middle.
yeah, right on the railing.
That would lead me to believe that you're just not an asshole because you just didn't act on it at all.
Maybe.
I think the determining factor is what you just said. If they are like head down, moving fast, going up the stairs, give them a little berth. Let them go by. If they are fucking around on their phone, tying their shoes, doing any sort of that nonsense, you give them the hardest shoulder check of your life.
Just go up and slap that phone out of their hands.
Call them a bitch.
Trip them down the stairs.
And kill them.
just give them a little berth. Just give them a little berth.
Just from the.
I love that expression because like I have a really weird image of just like
There's your baby.
There you go.
It's a beautiful baby boy.
here's a macaroon baby.
It's Woomba-like.
Woomba-like. Woomba-like.
All right. So in the honor of Christmas, I want us to close out the episode by just taking a look at some of the popular toys from this year. I think we did a look at this last year. And as I was looking this year, I expected them to be all kind of stupid little hamster robot toys. Those were popular a few years ago.
Hamster robot.
I hate
Furbies?
stupid hamster
Are you talking about
robot
Furbies
toys.
right now, dude?
No, they were actually like little hamsters that went on like a track. They were really popular and super trendy a few years ago. They're like the hardest thing to get your hands on. I'm sure there's people who are listening to this right now and like, oh, I know what that is. But
As an aside,
I know the name of it.
yeah,
As an aside, I think the last time I watched like cable TV and I saw like children's toy commercials.
Yeah.
I was so baffled because the fact they're not targeted to me at all. I was like, this is like sensory overload. I don't even know if I can handle this commercial right now. Like this is like almost too much. How like aggro it was advertising toys.
It's crazy how hard they push toys on children.
It's really
You're like,
nuts.
kids don't have any money. How are they going to
wait
buy
a
it?
second.
No, but they complain a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, how are these kids going to get these toys? They don't have any money. And parents only have so much willpower.
Like fine.
That apparently at some point you just got to get your kid a TiVo.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's literally like
That's the gift.
commercials for toys are literally trying to make your kids worse
Yes.
human beings
Yes.
so that they can make more money.
Right. It's a good business
Good
model.
stuff.
It works.
It's very effective.
It's a really messed up business model, though. Like if you really think about it, it's like let's make you the most annoying little child.
Unless it's like a practical toy, like like something you
A
could
practical
Easy bake
toy.
oven.
something you could let rip, like a Beyblade or something like that.
anything that you can let rip. is
Like anything you
probably
can let
safe.
rip. It's probably like they probably should learn how to just let it
Let
rip.
it rip, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
At some point, everybody needs to learn.
You know,
right.
honestly,
know
because
what?
I didn't have that growing up, it took me until I was in my 30s
To let it rip?
before I ever let it rip.
That's the saddest thing
And
I've ever heard.
honestly, like I try to let it rip regularly now that I know what it is, but like it generally only goes about halfway.
But it's not very natural. It's
A
not very
little
forced.
half rip's totally normal, dude.
totally
normal.
Takes a ton of concentration.
It's part of aging.
Do you hold a lot of resentment towards mom and dad for not like letting you rip?
Just I don't know if we should talk about this on the pod.
Okay.
Off pod.
You know, there's pills for that, Kevin.
There's also Beyblade for that.
Let her rip. So there are a few of these toys. I looked at this Walmart list. It was like Walmart's top 25 toys for this year. And I was actually kind of impressed. There's a few stupid ones, but there's a few kind of cool ones too. But first, a stupid one. So there's the Baby Alive potty dance baby. And this is what I've never understood. Maybe 'cause I'm not a girl. But all the babies, like the coolest features they can possibly give a baby is the ability for it to like piss and shit itself. Like,
This baby's advanced.
like babies have been like baby dolls have been pissing and shitting themselves as long as like when I was a kid. That's what the coolest feature was. It's fucking 2018. Can't they do anything cooler than piss and shit?
Andrew, what was the name? What was the name of this again?
Baby Alive potty dance baby.
baby
Too complicated. Next.
wait, when? So I mean, sure,
Baby alive.
Sure, the babies that we grew up piss and shit, no question.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But did they party dance?
No potty dance.
Potty dance.
Yeah.
Baby Alive.
I imagine that the doll does a little potty dance, and then the little kid's like, ooh, ooh, little bit of Browntown coming downstairs. And that's where they know how to do it.
So here's the actual description on the toy from this Walmart list.
Okay.
Great.
It says, because baby, it kind of sounds like sarcastic. Like the guy writing this was just like,
I hate my job.
yeah, seriously. It says, because Baby Alive didn't do enough already, now she pees. See, this is wow. This guy seriously is like, what the fuck? It says,
She doesn't just shit anymore. We got pissed too.
Can you imagine if he's like the 30-year Baby Alive rider? He's got like
Good
every
Lord.
model in like some room in his house. It's like motherfucking Baby Alive
He
2018.
was just drunk when he was writing this.
it says the doll does a little dance to let mommy or daddy know she needs to use the bathroom. Once
Hey.
she's placed on the potty, she'll tinkle and kids can add a sticker to her reward chart. Children were pretty amazed by all this during the Good Housekeeping Institute's test. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Amazing.
Shit.
I want
Good
to see
housekeeping holds
Baby
toy
Alive
test?
2040 that has like some sort of AI chip in it.
Yeah.
It like bonds with the children.
It has
Baby alive.
machine learning pissing.
machine learning, exactly.
Oh my god.
It has AI piss and shit technology.
Baby Alive doesn't even need to hold anything. It just aims.
So this was on a best like
This like top selling of this year. list, yeah.
that is insane. The market, because what was the name again?
Baby Alive Potty Dance Baby.
Too long.
Like the name. How does the marketing work? Where the
It's
name
so
is so
bad.
confused. It's like a fucking Starbucks drink. It's like salted caramel,
You know what
cold
that
foam,
is?
cold brew.
Mike, you know what
Like,
that is?
and that's somehow the best. I don't understand.
That's pretty much like keyword stuffing advertising. Like basically if a parent searches like baby wets, like baby peeing or whatever,
Baby, like,
because the kid's
what,
not
alive-
gonna
alive baby,
because
potty dancing.
because the kid's not gonna remember the full name.
Oh
They're
my
just gonna
God.
say one of those words.
They just know what it does.
And then the adult's gonna go look on Amazon and it's gonna come up with the full string of that name.
Probably. I hope there's a fucking jingle. Baby alive, the potty dancing baby.
I like the idea of it just marketing to serial killers because they're like, all right, Baby Alive, once I'm done with you, you're just going to be called Baby.
Whoa.
Oh, where's all this piss and shit everywhere? God damn it.
This is way better than last year's model, Baby Dead, potty dancing baby.
Good Lord.
Didn't sell well.
They're sold too well.
There were a few. There were a few actually cool toys though that didn't exist before. At least when I grew up, back in the way back when. There's this one called the Ozobot bit coding robot, and apparently the description says Ozobot teaches your kids coding through coloring on a tablet. Depending on the colors and designs they use, the robot will follow the command.
Whoa,
Pretty
that's
cool.
actually
The next
super sick.
generation of kids is going to be so fucking smart.
They're gonna replace us in about T-minus 14 years.
Like they've already replaced us as far as we can see.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's only 12, so.
yeah.
The next cryptocurrency is from a 5-year-old.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Like just getting them introduced to the idea pretty early. Like that would have been a hella cool toy as a kid.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Learning to code at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's all just like a logic puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, it's cooler than a fucking pissing, shitting baby, in my opinion. Okay, sorry. I guess no one agrees
what's
with
another
that.
one?
Whoa. I actually like that baby.
Okay.
Give us another cool one.
Well, the last cool one I took down was similar to the last one, but it's actually Harry Potter. It's called the Harry Potter coding kit. So similar to the last one. But it says, thanks to the release of Fantastic Beasts 2, a ton of new Harry Potter inspired toys are hitting the market. This STEM option teaches kids to code a wand that responds to their movements. So
That is fucking dope.
Yeah,
What-
that's
hold on a
sick.
second. This is like a fantasy thing paired with STEM. This is the craziest high concept toy.
yeah, I don't know. It sounds
It's
like
high concept, but like brand it with Harry Potter. I'll eat that shit up. I'll buy that now.
you'll
So you
do
could
it.
like move the wand a certain way and it'll cast a certain thing. I'm guessing.
yeah, something like that.
You
Yeah.
have to program it yourself.
So what can you affect with that? Because I imagine it comes with a wand and like a coding package.
Yeah.
But like, what does it interact
Oh, it
with?
just makes a different noise or something.
Yeah, probably lights up and different noises and
Man.
stuff.
That's kind of
Man, these toys are also
Not for 5.
Imagination.
Oh, it's for 5 years old.
It's for kids.
Well, enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the other
Yeah,
code.
sorry, it's not a
Dumb.
Yeah, sorry, it's not a real wand.
Well, I mean, they could send you like they could give you another thing that like
If it came with like a feather that will like levitate.
Or a guy you can kill.
Yeah.
I want some magical beasts, son.
You guys,
You should walk into Toys R Us. Actually, I guess you can't. I think they're bankrupt.
that's right.
okay.
You can't.
Bring
should
that
walk
up.
into a
Merry
toy
Christmas,
store.
everybody.
You should demand the adults version.
Yeah.
The adults version of this.
The
wand.
adults version is at Universal Studios right now.
What is it?
You can go into Diagon Alley and you can go to Ollivanders and get a wand.
The real one.
You pay a little bit of money, but you can get it and you can walk around all of the like Harry Potter land at Universal and actually use the wand and it actually affects the environment.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
What the?
it's we didn't get it. We should have. Every time we talk about it, we're
You're
like,
gonna
it's
go
fucking
all
cool.
the way over there.
Well, we were there and we didn't get it, but we saw other people using it and it was fucking dope. We did pick our wand at Universal, but it wasn't the expensive like $100 one. You have to pay like $100.
Damn. Okay.
But then the entire day, it's like you are actually a wizard.
That's pretty cool.
Hey,
It's pretty fucking cool.
$100 to be a wizard. That's not too bad.
Pretty fucking cool.
this is here's a Podworms top
galleons.
tip for all your listeners out there. This Christmas season, forget all these high concept toys. Just get your kid an air hog. They'll be happy. All right.
Air hog.
What's an air
Dude,
hog?
kids don't do air hogs anymore. They do drones.
It's a plane. Like it was a plane that you would like wind up or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah, those things were the shit.
Yeah, they were pretty neat.
Get your kid a moon boots.
Yeah, get them some moon boots.
Or a sock and bopper.
Soccer boppers.
Soccer boppers. Yeah.
That's the new version.
Yeah, we actually, no. We talked about soccer boppers. But hopefully that gives you a few ideas for your loved ones this year. Get them a piss and shitting baby.
That is a way better name.
Yeah, it's a way better name.
Way better.
Wait, what
Adults would buy that.
What if you could combine all the technology and have a baby you can code to piss and shit itself?
Yeah,
Or you could code it to learn to not piss and shit
What
itself.
if you could code it?
I want a wand that'll automatically clean its diaper.
Oh,
Boom.
it's good ideas here. Well, we're taking the week off next week for Christmas, so we'll be playing a rerun for you. So you'll still be able to get all your laughs in then, and we'll see you again on the other side of 2019, right? We'll be in January 2019 with the first new ep of the year.
Yep.
So
Can confirm.
Mike can confirm
Stepdad check.
he manages the logistics.
There will be an episode in January of 2019.
There'll be an episode in 2019. Maybe our podcast promoter, Peter Fries, will make a guest reappearance
Just a guest
if
reappearance.
he wants to come back to us. You know, Peter, come back when you're ready.
Please
All right,
come
buddy?
back.
When you're ready. We know you need some
Please
time.
come
We
back.
miss you.
But in the meanwhile, if you get a cool toy for Christmas, send us a picture. Let us know about it at pwspacecast@gmail.com. You can follow all of our social media fun at Facebook, on Instagram, the Podworms Spacecast. I mean, should we start a TikTok account? You know, get our
Maybe.
social media.
We probably should.
It's for the kids. They love it. It's if you've ever been on YouTube in the last fucking month, you've seen a million ads for it. It's some kid thing.
yeah, for TikTok.
I think we should start a Red Dead Redemption clan.
Red Dead Redemption Clan, hit us up.
Meet up with the Podworms. The first Podworms meetup is in Red Dead Redemption.
If you want to hunt the O'Driscolls with us, let us know.
Fucking O'Driscolls.
And have a great Christmas. Enjoy your holidays. Spend some time with your family. Introduce them to the podcast, all right?
Yeah.
There's no better time and no better people to show the podcast to. Get them hooked. Have some great conversations around the dinner table. And until next year, space fans, keep swerving.